Hello everyone and welcome back to Outbreak, where we've got some storms rolling in up in the north here. We're once again in Hopfield, and I don't see a ton. Well, okay, there's maybe a little bit starting there. Let's look at our advanced options here, though. We've got an alright amount of cape. That's pretty decent. I think we're just going to start with the obvious one and maybe come down to this kind of area and just hang out and see what happens, because this is moving fairly easterly, I think, and we've already got some lightning happening. So let's start out with that. Okay, I see what looks like the beginnings of a potential velocity couplet here, which I think is kind of backed up by the shape of the storm cell. We're a little bit far from the radar, so we don't have the best resolution here, which is a real issue, by the way. That does happen when you're further away from the radar. But it looks like we're maybe starting to get a little bit of that S shape here, and it does coincide with where there's a little bit of dissonance in the velocity, so I'm guessing this is gonna be accurate as our best start. Sometimes you want to anticipate things a little bit, but a lot of the time the severe storm warnings are a pretty good indication of what's to come. Oh yeah, okay, we got a potential tornado here. I'm kind of... You know, I'm a little bit unsure because we definitely have a velocity couplet. This isn't... That is a funnel cloud. Oh boy. I can barely even see it, so it kind of got ratted out there. It's not like over us, is it? But yeah, we've got so much precipitation happening here that you can barely even see what's happening. It's become a tornado. Oh, it's right there. Okay, we might be able to get out in front of it, actually. Can we get a probe drop in? It's not that far off. Wow, this is a heck of a storm. Alright, we're gonna get close. This is gonna curve right toward it if we're not careful here. Okay, we gotta stop. This might... We're gonna get hit by it if we're not careful. Okay, You know. Here, let's maybe stop. If we're gonna... Yeah, nope, we go now. I think I'm actually stuck. So that's real great. Are we flying? We are definitely getting moved by this thing. You know, I did not count on driving into a tornado today. I was hoping we could get out and maybe drop a probe. That would have been a little bit more ideal. Whoa, boy, look at that thing. Well, you know, I'll take that. I'll take it. We didn't, we technically didn't die to it. We have already reported it. Whew, I don't know if that did car damage or not. I wanted to back up, but we kind of drove into the ditch there, so let's see if we can maybe get ahead of this thing and drop a probe elsewhere. That's our first tornado impact. That's kind of exciting. What a way to start the day off. Look at that thing. It's a cool tornado. I don't know if we're gonna actually get in front of it though, because this road's a little bit windy. We're gonna have to go to the south a little bit here. But, yeah, we can get some good pictures, at least. Got a little too up and close and personal with it the first time around. We're about even with the tornado now, but it does look like the condensation funnel is lifting just a slight bit. Wait, do we have the chance to report? We can report again that it's present here. So you're limited in how often you can report, so you can't spam it. And that's probably also why the pictures are the way that they are. But you can make reports... I think it's like every 2 minutes to kind of follow the tornado's track. Now this road should curve, so if it stays with us here, if it stays on the ground, then we might actually have the chance to intercept. I just want to make sure that I play my cards a bit better this time, so that we've got a little extra space. Yeah, we're outpacing it this time at least. Take a pause, see if we can kind of figure out about where it's gonna go, but I think it's probably gonna come straight toward us here. Maybe slightly up. I think slightly up from us, perhaps. Well, you know, actually, this might be pretty darn close. This is probably going to be pretty darn close. So I think we'll put it here and just see if we can get a capture. Because it does look like it's going to curve a little bit up, but it also looks like it's coming pretty much straight for us here. So let's maybe book it out of here. We should have a gas station up ahead where we can refuel. Hello, tornado, get big fast. That's what you want to see, definitely, when you're right in its path. It was a little skinny noodle a second ago. Now it is a big, not so skinny noodle. Oh my. Oh boy, howdy. All right, well, it's hopefully tracking right for our probe here. It might be tracking even closer towards us. Holy big boy. So what's throwing me off a little bit is the base of the tornado is not, it's a curved one. It's not entirely aligned with the top of the tornado. You can see it's kind of snaking a little bit. I think if we go up here, we should be safe, right? Like, I don't think the tornado's gonna hit us at the gas station. But, wow. It do be crossing the road. Oh, our probe has captured data. We can see that it has captured data. I do like that is a thing. I'm kind of saving up money to see if we can get either a better probe or a better car at this point. So hopefully, let's turn off our engine here, and it's turned back into a teeny little snaky boy to cross over the road there. It's not gonna hit us, is it? Wow, it is just absolutely changing shapes repeatedly. I'm gonna go back and get the probe, and then I think we'll continue following it because I'm very curious about this tornado. It's a real interesting fella there. Can get another photo of it from here probably, and maybe even another report. Nope, yeah, this one's not. We've not reported this positioning. Fascinating. Let's see what data our probe got. 22 kilometers, or 122 kilometers per hour, it looks like. So yeah, it's a little tornado. That's not very fast wind speed, but I don't know how close we got to it. That's pretty crazy. It keeps kind of wavering in and out of visibility there. It keeps getting smaller and then bigger again, which is pretty neat. Let's turn around here. We can. There we go. And I think if we look at our map before we really head off, just want to check the road network a little bit, because I think we've got some storms that are building up down there too. The road network may not be the best. We might want to gear up to intercept some of these storms that are coming in, because some of them are developing rotation. So we probably will have the chance to follow this guy a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to really get to catch up to it again. We'll probably just have to follow it a bit from a distance. Well, we got a fair grade intercept, it looks like. Tornadoes kind of behind these, oh no, reportable target. So we're too far away for that. The tornado's kind of behind those mountains. We've got to watch for down power lines again. This might be where it passed through, actually. Yeah, that looks like it. It's toppled over. So they do damage to the world. We've just not really seen them impact anything. They're kind of just out in the middle of nowhere for the most part, which is always where you hope a tornado is going to be. You know, don't want it damaging things. It's a lot better when it's just off winding through the plains and not hitting anything of consequence. So this tornado still is going strong, but we've lost our ability to photograph it here. I think we might want to kind of just hang out in Bakersville here, because it looks like the storm that's coming up here, you can see, is starting to develop a little bit of a hook echo. So this is going to be coming right for us. So I think we're going to try to turn off and go to Bakersville here and kind of wait for that one to arrive, because otherwise I think we're not probably going to catch up to that storm, and we might miss some action if this other one does anything. But that was good. We got an intercept, technically. We got 2 intercepts, but one of them was a little bit less than desirable. Okay, so we've got another storm coming in here now. I do see a little bit of a hook echo, and when you see the velocity, you can see that there is a velocity couplet here. So I think I might start going down this road just a little bit and see if we can get closer to it, because there could be another tornado in there. It may or may not drop one. Obviously, rotation is a sign that there could be a tornado. It's not a sign that there will be a tornado. But if we're gonna get another intercept, it's probably gonna be here. So we're gonna see what we can set up here. If we're lucky, it'll drop a tornado. If not, we already got some pretty good data this chase. It's definitely got the shape of it. The question is it gonna have the actual energy to do anything about it? It's kind of hanging out by the road, so I'm trying to figure out where would be a good spot to be. Just kind of on a whim. Not because I think that there's necessarily going to be a tornado, but because if I think that if there is a tornado, I think it might go through here. I'm going to drop the probe just out of curiosity. Just in case. And it's not identifying anything, but it does look like this could come pretty much right through here if it is going to. We've got a little bit of hail happening, so I'm going to peace out. This is probably not where we'd like to be. Grab our probe. We don't want to leave that behind. Hopefully not get smacked in the head by hail. That has happened before. Not the most fun thing in the world. There is a tornado warning on the other storm. Interesting. You can see things are starting to happen down there, so I think what I'm going to do is beat it back to Bakersville and see if we can maybe fuel up and then cut over to the other area. Maybe we won't fuel up because I think the Bakersville's gas station is a little annoying. See if we can cut in front of that storm. We're in a tornado warning, hold on. I think this is the... Oh no, this is the storm that we've got. Okay, so if we can get in front of that movement, where are we? We are probably behind it. No, it's probably... Okay, where are we? Where's the storm? It's probably passing like right overhead actually right now, which is maybe a little less than ideal. Or it just passed by us. It's just kind of going right where we're looking at going, I think. Oh, right there. Yeah, right there. Can you see the tornado, please? There is a tornado here. Hello? I see it. What do you mean no value? I see the tornado with my eyes. There is a tornado right here. What do you mean? Oh my goodness. All right, well, we got to decide what we're doing now because there is a tornado here. I think we're going to still have to intercept the other one because even though I can see that there's a tornado right there, our road network is not going to let us get to it. So I think we're going to continue with our original plan of beating it down there. That's a shame it didn't drop that thing earlier. We were in good position for it. It just didn't pick up. That's a tornado. There's a tornado up ahead. All right, so we want to, let's see if we can figure out where it's gonna go. Probably right through town. Uh-oh. If it stays, but that's a little bit of a concern. We can maybe... I can't see exactly where it is. That's optimal. It might be going back up. Where's our reflectivity? Can we see the hook? If we're gonna place something, I think it might have, well, there go the sirens. I think it might have gone back up into the clouds though. So I'm gonna just drop the probe here because I think this will be about where it passed and we need to go get gas. And ideally not get hit by a tornado. We'll see if it drops back down, but it looked like it might have been roping out. Ah, darn it, I think it did lift. We're no longer in a tornado warning and I don't see any ones down here. That's a shame. But, well, I mean, it's a shame for our data. It's probably good that it didn't plow right through this town. But We'll go grab our probe, and I have a feeling that this is probably going to conclude the chase, but still, we saw 3 in a single run, so that's not too shabby. I don't think we've ever seen more than 2 in one go before. So that's pretty neat still. Even though I'm kind of mad the one was always out of range for our pictures. That was a little bit of a bummer. Alright, I opted to end the chase because it looked like everything was either far past us and already fizzling down, but that is a pretty good picture that we got there. Definitely an exciting one nonetheless. We got hit by a tornado. Thankfully, that didn't go worse than it did. We got a good probe drop. We got probably what would have been 2 good probe drops if one tornado had dropped sooner and the other had stayed on the ground a little bit longer. But we saw 3 of them throughout the chase, which is pretty dang cool. Oh yeah, you can see we took 1 direct hit from a tornado, so that was neat. That was very, very neat. But yeah, all in all, that was a pretty good chase, I'd say. All right, we got another chase, already some activity. We are down in Fort City this time, which is interesting. Some potential velocity couplets forming here. Holy cape values! This might be an exciting day. Okay, so to get out in front of all this, I think we're going to drive through Fort City and start trying to take some of these roads up here. The middle of the map has a better road network, thankfully, so that's a little bit helpful. But we got to get a move on because with that much cape value, we might have quite a lot of storm activity today. This could be kind of a big chase. Okay, yeah, we already got some things happening. This one looks like it's starting to get a hook echo. If we look at the velocity, that's a big velocity couplet. That's a big velocity couplet. Okay, that's probably going to move towards this area. So if we start going up this way, part way towards Bakersville, that's probably going to help us. Yeah, the cape values down here are just absolutely nuts. I've never seen it quite this high in quite so much area before. This, you know, cape's not the only indication that you have to go off here, but boy howdy, boy can it be one. So let's keep going this way. Hope we don't run out of gas. I definitely think I want to look towards upgrading the car at some point here. Those are just very, very expensive, so we may not be able to do that for a little while here. Alright, we've already... Holy... Okay, we've got a tornado warning. Is it moving more southward now? We can always start going back towards it, I think. Which I think is what we're gonna do, because that definitely seems to be where the action is beginning. Holy hook echo. Alright, yeah, that's a tornado, alright. We're gonna go down this way, and this could be quite a large one by the look of it. We're gonna drive this direction. We're gonna try to get to the bottom of this little area, and that should give us good roads to get out. Thankfully, this is one of the better road networks in the game, I think. So, yeah, that'll hopefully be helpful to us. We gotta keep a lookout on our right there and see if we notice anything, but it's gonna be hard to see in all of this precipitation. So if there's gonna be something to see, it's gonna be off in this direction. But I think I'm gonna hold my ground on it for now. Okay. Because that's where our velocity is. It looks like it's definitely growing, it's moving into this area, but I'd rather watch it come toward us and hopefully get some data on what's there, maybe even get an intercept with our probe. It looks like it could be quite large based off of the cape values that we're seeing. And like you can just see how it's eating away at that energy, but it's going into quite a lot here. And going through some of the most intense areas, honestly. This could be a bit of a monster, not gonna lie. We can maybe get a little closer even. I say that. This is gonna end up being a bad idea, isn't it? We are in a tornado warning. This is one of the most ludicrous hook echoes I've ever seen. Like, look at that entire S shape. That's crazy. That is crazy. If we're hoping for an intercept, we might want to get a little closer, though. Which sounds like Sounds like a way to get into trouble if I'm being honest here, but you know, we'll risk it for the biscuit. You know, I think we're gonna try to maybe play it safer. Because I can't see a darn thing here. And I'm guessing that may mean there's not a tornado on the ground yet, which is kind of crazy if true. Okay. I kind of get the sense that we may not want to stick around here. But I might drop a probe. Just because, like, everything points to this hitting pretty close to where we are. Gonna inch up a little bit. I'm so scared of this right now. I really am. I feel like there's gonna be a monster tornado that just materializes right on top of us here. So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna place this. There's the tornado up ahead. Okay. We can handle this. There is hail. There is hail. We gotta be careful of the hail. Definitely saw tornado debris, though. Okay, yeah, there it is. Why can we not report the tornado? Now we have a much clearer idea of where we're going, what we're doing here. So let's get closer. Famous last words. Famous last words. Very famous last words. Okay. Very famous last words. Quickly place. Quickly place. Please don't get hit by hail. Hi, big boy. Where are you going? Back to the car, back to the car, back to the car. We go forward. We go. Get out of here. It's recording all right. It's recording all right. Gonna get out of the hail area if I can and try to maybe get some pictures too. That's crazy. That is crazy. I want to not take too much hail damage if I can. It's getting close. Holy wind speed reading. Hold on a sec. Hold on a hot second. That's some wind speed. I'm driving off the road now. We're still getting pelted by hail just a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But I'd like to get a report on that thing if we can. Let's report the tornado. That's a big boy tornado. What do you mean no value? I'm sorry? I don't want to be getting hailed on is the thing. 211 kilometers per hour. Now that's not as strong as miles per hour, so I'd have to do some conversion on what exactly that is, but that's definitely a stronger tornado. Data captured. All right, so it has passed by. If we hurry, we might be able to catch up to... I'm sorry. Did I just see... No, okay, it's not quite back there. No, that is the tornado. That is the tornado. Holy tornado. What do you mean no value? That's a tornado. I don't know what it's doing with these pictures sometimes. Holy cow. That's a big, scary tornado. Okay, so it's not gonna register this. It must be doing some kind of calculations with the precipitation and deciding that it can't tell that's a tornado because it is pretty rain-wrapped right now. That's a wide boy though. Like that's a very wide tornado. No value. Yeah, I guess it must be... Hi, hail again. It must be deciding that because it's so rain-wrapped that you can't really tell it's a tornado, which is unfortunate. Please stop thunking me with hail. I would like to not be thunked with hail. Can we get a better picture? No value. Very unphotogenic tornado, which is a shame because it's extremely cool. I'm a little bit concerned, first of all, about the hail. Second of all, I think it's kind of just trucking along this road here, which is Little scary. I would like to get back in front of it. I would also like to not run out of gas, ideally. Do we need to go back to a gas station? The problem is the tornado is currently between us and the gas station, I think. Wow, look at that guy. All right, it might be weakening a little bit. I think it's starting to weaken. Look at it's roped. It roped all the way out. That was optimal, at least. We got our probe data uploaded. We got that's the first time I've captured over 200 kilometers an hour, apparently. So we gotta go find a gas station. I think we're gonna have to double back. I'm a little bit nervous that this tornado may not be all the way up, but I think we're gonna have to go for it. That might still be a debris cloud to our side there. That might still be a debris cloud, but we need to go get gas, so risking it for the biscuit. We had to go a bit out of our way. Holy velocity to get to a gas station, so we're gonna have to play some catch up here, but wow. Yeah, no, that tornado is gonna be back on the ground here. We will probably want to make our way back over and try to get to the Prairie Hills or even the more southward area, because I think this is staying in an area of pretty high cape, yeah. And there's quite a bit going this way too, so that's getting a little crazy. Okay, I think we're back in the action. We're driving back down toward the main area, and we should have some still okay roads, I think. I looked it up too. 211 kilometers per hour is equivalent to around 130 miles an hour, so that's pretty fast. It's not as fast as it could be, but still, compared to what we've been seeing, I think this is the highest wind speeds we've ever recorded in this game, so that's pretty cool. Now, this storm seems to be slow moving and extremely, extremely strong, which is definitely dangerous. That's one of the more dangerous situations for a tornado, as a matter of fact. In fact, some of the most devastating real-life tornadoes have been very strong, but very slow-moving tornadoes. The reason for that being, if you get hit with high winds for a little bit, it's going to do damage, but when you have high winds that stay put in an area and just continue to do damage over time. Also, I'm looking at this. This almost looks like another velocity couplet. Like, I don't think it is. I mean, I think it could be a velocity couplet, but I don't think it's the main area of concern. Okay, so I'm gonna stay put for a little bit because that main one is no longer tornado warned. And I think there's a non-zero possibility that what's passing right overhead is another cell. They're kind of merging together, but yeah. One of the more dangerous situations for a tornado is a strong tornado that stays in one place and continues just pummeling the same area again and again. Those can be very, very dangerous. This is hail. I think the purple is hail. It's kind of passing by us here. This is another hook echo, isn't it? I'm making a decision. I am making a choice. I am making a decision because we're at risk of being caught in the path if this thing drops a tornado. We do have another tornado warning. Okay, I think we're in a decent position to pursue that. And I couldn't tell if it's the same. I think it's that lower one, but I think if we take this path here, then we can head back down that way still. This has definitely been the day of would you like to not see a tornado, because the tornadoes are absolutely out there, but they're very difficult to see. Now I think it's going to update again. I'm pretty sure that the area of concern is off in this direction, but I think it's further up. So if there's anything out here, it's like way out over here, but it may be lifted at present. Can't actually tell. Like, this is not showing us anything. So I think we're gonna get gas, and then maybe drive back along this road, because I would love to get another intercept, but we have been chronically low on gas this run as well. All right, I opted to leave off the chase just because all the storms are kind of winding down, and even the few that looked like they might still have a tornado or two in them, they were kind of off in areas we couldn't easily get to or moving off the map. But we did pretty well. We got that one tornado that ended up having, I think it was 211 kilometers per hour wind speeds, which was, I looked it up, it was 130 miles an hour. I'm used to miles per hour. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good reading. We got quite a lot for that. Unfortunately, I did run over a stop sign. Took a little bit of vehicle damage from some collisions, so we did have some damage there. And we spent a lot on gas just driving from one end of the map to the other. But still, all in all, not too bad. That was a pretty good chase. And with that, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap this up here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.